CSI. Oh, let me get CSI. Let me get CSI off and let me get Bananas one. Us got some music. Us got some music. That's the last of my black cherry. I don't know, y'all. I might stay upright. I just like to be reclined, but it is so far back when reclined. I got some music, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't even wait a little bit. Welcome, 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 y'all. Sylvie414. I is Sylvie, your rough edge lady, coming to bring you some of that 414. That one in the middle can't have bra scrap, y'all. That one in the middle, just a little bit of balance. And I got some music. I got my baby. This is Keita Bananas, y'all. Paper in Progress. This is her new album. This is my niece. This is her new album. And this is one of her singles from her new album. It is 2Player. And I'm about to play it for yours. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Like, share, subscribe. Go check out Keita Bananas on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. It's a whole big job. I got a whole video. But I'm not gonna hold up the phone, y'all. Go check out the video. Make it purr, it's too racy. Hey. Oh. Don't feel now, ho. Ho. Keita Bananas. Hey. I'm too classy. It ain't fancy. Make it purr cause it's too racy. Down. Don't feel now. 5'5". That baby said on the money stand 5'10". No YouTube, I don't own the rights to this music, but this my baby music. I said I could play it. Make it purr, cause it's too racy. Don't you dare. Don't feel now. Too classy. I'm too classy. Too classy. Yeah, buddy. Keita Bananas. Paper in Progress. Y'all go down low. Go down low. Her mama said it's for free. And her said her got no if you don't go down low. So go down low, my baby. Yeah. Nah. Thank you. And please. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad y'all stopped by to sit with me for a minute. I got me a little music, y'all. I had me a little music. So I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. I have had an amazing day. Um, Look, y'all. Oops, that ain't where that's supposed to go. I'm having a whole issue here, and I'm not gonna do this the whole time. So y'all just gonna see white strap. Y'all just gonna see white strap, cause it's not working for me. And every time I look up in the camera and see white strap, it's gonna make me want to fix it. So in order that I stay outside of my head, y'all just gonna see white strap. Period. Oh my goodness. But yes, I'm still working on, especially coming live at this time of night. Working on getting a nap in. You gotta get a nap in when you come live at midnight, and then you still have things to do throughout the day, like rest. You have to rest is important. I don't care what it is that you are doing. I just told one of my Facebook friends, I care about her so much more than just Facebook. We know each other outside of Facebook, or we're Facebook friends. And she is on a journey. She's on a, like, I love watching my Facebook friends. It's very rare that it's men, but every now and then I got a Facebook friend that's a man, and you're watching his healing journey. Most of the healing journeys that I'm watching on Facebook are women, and it's amazing. Like, it is amazing. And it really, it kind of just like burns my britches, because sometimes I'll come on YouTube and there are podcasters, mainly men, talking about, I don't understand, if you meet a woman and she says she's healing, and I don't understand what this healing thing to me. To me, people that are saying things like that probably need to go on a healing journey of their own. That's all. That's all. You probably need a healing journey of your own. But she is on this amazing healing journey, and weight loss journey. And when I tell you, like, I posted on her comment, because she was saying, I guess her weight loss has hit a like a little, I ain't gonna say a rough patch or a dry patch or anything like that, but I guess she's not losing at this point the way she feels like she should be. And she said that she got back with her nutritionist, and her nutritionist told her it's because you need some rest. And she's a Christian, so, you're a Christian, so I'm going to hit you with some Christian things. Come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. And then she began to tell me that she working 7 days a week and doing boot camp 2 to 3 times, I think, a day. You don't got no rest, baby. You got to get some rest. And I told her, I'm like, you're going to have to go to God. Because generally, our human mind is not going to say, oh, I can't cut back on work. Our human mind ain't going to say that, but I just had confirmation after confirmation to tell me that when you're doing the God, sometimes you have to ask the God what it is and allow those answers to come to you. Only the God, the universe, I don't care. The Most High will speak one way or another to let you know that it's aggravating. Will speak one way or another to let you know, if you're on the right track or not. But and there, I don't know, there is always a way to find rest. If we are running our bodies into the ground, we're not doing ourselves any service. We're doing ourselves and our body a disservice, and we will wind up being good to no one. So I said on the live the other night that when I got the word that I needed to take a nap daily, I was still in the homeless shelter. I was working at a social service. Working at a social service, I was doing janitorial work at the social service building, and they just used to have so many little nuggets that I used to go into the office, read. It was this one office, I meant to tell that story the other day when I was talking about it. It was this one office, she just had plants. That's why I said so many nuggets. She had plants. When I tell you, me and my girl used to go in her office and just sit, you could smell, her office was full of plants. and you could smell the fresh air in her office. We just used to go in there and I take me some breathe in, breathe out. That's what my doctor told me today. Breathe in, breathe out. And I just started taking deep breaths, y'all. And when he finished, I said, I think that you're the first doctor in life that has not said take a deep breath. You just said breathe in, breathe out. And for some reason, I knew that you were saying take a deep breath. Because when he didn't want you to take a deep breath, then he said just breathe normally. I was like, oh, okay. I understood doctor talk. Of course, water, y'all. But, excuse me. I think I lost my train of thought. But y'all know how I do. Look, y'all. Oh, yeah, talking about that nap. Because that nap snuck up on me today. That nap snuck up on me. And it was some things that were supposed to get done that wasn't able to get done because that nap snuck up on me. And I tried to set my alarm so that I could even, you know, control the nap. And my fingers just cut the alarm off and the nap controlled me. And that's what I be telling people. My daughters say it, but Mom, go take a nap if you're tired. And for some reason, I just had the hardest time taking naps until my body shuts me down and says, just go to nap. Go to sleep, baby. Just go to sleep. It's okay. You're not going to miss anything. You know, sometimes when you're trying to get the baby to sleep at night, the baby don't want to go to sleep because they think they're going to miss something. I don't know. I don't even know why. But y'all see the title, the Audacity, baby mama, 6 babies. 6, but let me, hold up real quick, y'all. 6 babies and 6 baby daddies, because it was something, excuse me, I ain't mean to do that either. It was something that I was supposed to do. Oh, look, my cousin just found me. Isn't that something? On TikTok. Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Woo, buddy. God will be doing that in my planet, and I forgot. And that's why I was just like, let me go to TikTok and see what it was that I was supposed to be doing. And that one does not particularly, that one doesn't particularly fit the bill of the title. But it still goes. It still goes. And I'm going to read my Bible verses all over what I'm about to talk about. So because I came live last night and the Bible verses ain't never get read, and when I got off live, D God was like, "Oh, girl, you ain't even reading the Bible verses." I was like, "Damn, D God, I apologize." Sometimes they forget. This is still new. Okay. So, Proverbs 14 and 1. And look, I read the verse and was getting ready to go down and read verse 2. And it was like, D God was like, pal, go back. Because you missed something. And I was like, okay. And I went back and I read it again. And I was like, oh, that definitely fit. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Pluck, pluck. Building your house is going to consist of training your children to industry. What is industry? Work. To piety, respect. You can take it to religion, but when you look up the definition of piety before it goes into a religious definition, it speaks about respect and virtue. Virtue is going to be associated with your character. She is their first governess. You are their first overseer, their first teacher. They watching you. You know how we be saying, do as I say and not as I do? Uh-uh. They watching you, baby. They always have. That phrase has always burn my bridges. Burn my britches. That's the phrase of the night. Burn my britches. That phrase has always burned my britches because actions speak louder than words. You don't want them to do what they see you do, but you just want them to do what you say to do. So if I go and jump off a bridge, and that's the craziest definition, but if you're their first governess and you're teaching them, they are patterning their lives after what they see you do. You don't want them to go jump off a bridge, but you go jump off a bridge. They might think bridges is fun things to jump off of. You're their first governess. You're gonna teach them the word. Don't ever get it twisted, ladies. I don't leave daddies out of things. I don't give them no leeway. We gonna talk about statements that was made and all kinds of things like that because one can't be without the other. It just is what it is. More important, the daddy more important, the mama more important, the mama came first, the daddy don't need her, the rib, the first one, These babies, all that these babies be thinking about is mama and daddy. And if mama ain't there, that baby all the pieces. And if daddy ain't there, that baby all the pieces the same way. Give a damn about your finances, because the young lady that we gonna talk about, she, and we can't negate statistics. But statistics is not gonna tell you about these babies' emotions. Same way I came and I talked about Nick Cannon, because we not gonna negate. We just not gonna show favoritism. Just like I told my baby when I told my baby about Corey Holcomb and his baby mama. When I gave the scenario based off of understanding Corey, I gave the scenario fully understanding Corey. And then I went back to the scenario because it's Sylvie414, one in the middle, baby, for the balance. I went back to the scenario because when I explained that my girlfriend's nephew was not as blessed as Corey to not be hit by that car, he got hit. Not only did he get hit, he laid in a coma for months, and then he lost his life. But the reasoning behind those two men, the attempts to hit those two men with the car, same reasoning. Another woman playing with people's emotions. But when my baby started getting hype about that, I said, don't get so hyped because we play with their emotions too. Get out the way. We play with their emotions too. Sylvie414, one in the middle of the balance. Don't ever take yourself out of it. Ayanla said you better learn how to see yourself in Donald Trump. Don't take yourself out of it. So, what I be so on a roll and it be so good. You're their first governor, so they're watching you. They're watching your every move. You know what I'm saying? And even in a two-parent household, 9 times out of 10, mama is just generally spending more time with the babies unless there are those dads that understand that they have to take an emotional place with their children. Pew's research said that you're finding a rise in fathers spending time with their single fathers, like with children in their households, because we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. Spending more time with their children, as you see mothers do. That's all I've been saying. Anima say, find your compassion, man. Anima say find your compassion. Everybody keep talking about the woman is the nurturer and everything like that. Men be out there throwing balls with their baby. And I'm pretty sure it's a man out there that throw balls with his baby girl because he know that she likes ball. Compassion, nurturing. Them babies need both of the parents. I don't give a damn how much somebody wants to minimize the part of the baby, of putting the babies first, because when you come together and make these babies, I don't care if you married, I don't care if you single and you making babies, getting out here making babies for reasons other than the emotional well-being of a baby. You want to make babies because they're going to look nice, and you want to make babies for financial reasons, and you want to make babies because you don't have anybody to love. And then the baby. You think about the baby. Oh, look at this girl. She got a whole mic, y'all. Sometimes she get carried away. And she be forgetting about things and stuff. She got a whole mic. You can't just be forgetting about the whole mic. Duh. Welcome, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all being here with me. Let's see here. So it's the mother's job to improve her means. And just hold on to some of this, y'all, because we're going to talk about it, and it's going to make sense. To improve her means, whether of agriculture or trade, so that her house abounds with affluence. Whereas the foolish woman pulls it down by idleness, pride, and dissipation. When I tell you, and my daughters are very much adults. My daughters are very much adults. I already done said I've been married. I was married for 9 years. I was with their dad for 15 years. I needed to walk my healing journey. You know, I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody about, you know, I ain't got out here and beg for no another husband or anything like that. If the God is saying that it's another husband meant for me, it just is going to be what it is going to be. I ain't went out here trying to beg for that, but I be seeing that the young ladies be talking about husbands and talking about the terribleness of men, but I see so much Christiness going on out here with the young ladies, and we don't be wanting to look at ourselves. That's what Corey Holcomb said, and I ain't even cut that part up from my video last night. He said we don't want to talk about the deficiencies of the ladies. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about this woman, these two women out here bragging about why they got these 6 children and 6 different men. And since the God told me not to make it a black thing, I promise you I made sure that I brought you 1 black one and 1 white one. Yeah. Let's not make it a black thing. Because I watched the Do Better podcast, and let me go ahead on and throw his plug out there. Go and follow the Do Better podcast if y'all like. Cause the Do Better podcast told you, you all passport bros, that y'all don't have to go and jump on planes with your passports and go find ladies over there. That y'all can go to FilipinoChristian.com and get y'all a good old Christian Filipino lady if you like her better than you like your black ladies. Because I'm just going to give my opinion on the men that I see out here getting passports and going to FilipinoChristian.com and things like that. And I hear some people saying that you don't like your mamas. Y'all ain't like y'all mamas. Could be the case. Mama could have been, you know, a baby mama, you know. She could have been for the streets, a 304. Mama could have been all of that. But it could be that you want a type of woman that don't want you. And I'm not saying that there is no calming. that need to be done on these streets for some of the ways that some of these women act. But this is for my brothers that look like me. They're for my brothers that look like me. Every black woman out there is not a hood chick. So y'all talking about going to Filipino.com? Like I know an array of I know an array. My daughters are so far from hood chicks, it is ridiculous. My cousin Felicia so far from hood chick. Now I might give you a little hood. I might be a little rough around your edges. You know? It is what it is. You got me. You can love me or leave me alone. You can love me or leave me alone. That's my thought process to that whole thing, my jig. You feel me? You never have to be in a place where you don't want to be. That's my whole thought process. So, I don't know. I do. Look. Oh, okay, now I see. I tried to pull up my chat on this phone so that I could see, and I'm like, I don't see where the chat is. I do go to church. I've been in church all my life. I am learning how to not be as religious as I once was. And since the God doesn't like religion anyway, I have no problem with that. As I've grown and studied, I've seen things and learned things and know that everything is not absolute or resolute, you know. But yes, I do go to church. I try to be there every Sunday. But I have a relationship with God that I don't need a church. I just went back to that church. I've been at that church off and on for maybe 12 years. But I just have been back for maybe about 8 months. I left prior to COVID. I got a word before COVID started to... Actually, I got that word a year before COVID started. Sometimes I just drag my feet. And so, like a month before COVID, I got a word that said church beyond walls. And so I finally was like, okay, God, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna be obedient. And I left. So yes. So it says that you have an important influence, ladies. We have an important influence. And we are supposed to exercise it beneficially. What does that mean? One of these young ladies I'm going to talk about, I'm going to just jump ahead a little bit. The young lady that I watched talking about, one of the ladies spoke about, what if your children hear the things that you're saying online about them? You don't know if, unless you are just on your children's social media websites like bow, all up on it all the time, you don't know what they may be seeing, what they may be hearing, who they may be hearing it from. You don't know if their friends are going to be on your social media platforms and if they are going to be affected by that, or maybe you don't care. But you have an important influence on your children. Now, I will say to you that this proverb, when I go into the study of it, it starts to break down a wife. But I'm bringing it to you, ladies, because the verse says a good woman, a wise woman. It didn't say a wise wife. A wise woman buildeth her house. A good wife is the saving of a house. So the one woman that we're going to talk about, one of the women with the 6 babies, was talking about when next potential husband comes and everything that she expects of him, and how she's not even going to divorce her now husband until the next one comes. So you just saying, okay, God, I'm gonna hold on to this until you bring me what I want. That's all I got from that when I heard, okay, God, I'm gonna just hold on to this one when you bring me what I want. I remember somebody that God sent to help me with a car. It was somebody I cared about deeply. They helped me pay for the car and everything. I didn't know that this person was about to the person basically bought me the car. And there was no sexual anything. Do I believe that we both had romantic feelings towards each other that we never pursued? Yes, I do. And it just, that's neither here nor there. But he kept saying, you need to give your friend her car back. You need to give your friend her car back. And I'm like, if I give her car back, like I was borrowing a friend's, if I give her car back, I'm not gonna have a car. What do you mean? It's in the way. You need to move out the driveway. It's in the way. And so I finally listened. And the very moment that I gave my girlfriend her car back, not even 2 days later, there was a car in my driveway. So if you're holding on to a husband, trying to see what the best deal is that's going to come your way, kind of sounds like you might be selling yourself short, babe. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Period. Let's see here. A foolish, unprincipled woman, by their bad management or their evil doings, ruins their family materially and morally. Materially and morally. To me, it's one thing because if we just going by the Bible, if we just gonna talk religion just for a minute. Honor thy mother and thy father, but it also says don't provoke your children to anger. So honor thy mother and thy father. I say this often. It's not given the contingency of a good mother. It doesn't say, or a good father. It doesn't say honor them if they're good, honor them if they do what they're supposed to do. It really just says honor them. The same way it gives the stipulation on not provoking your children to anger. You really can't go in and try to tweak that either way to make it fit your scenario. You can if that's what you like to do. But I said that to say sometimes you get a bad deal and you get what you consider bad parents, and you have to make the best out of that situation. That happens to many of us. But when you have the parent, because this one mother, I'm not gonna say how you making black women look, because you can't make me look no way, because don't nobody know me. Period. Point blank. You can't make me look a single way. The person that meets me is going to judge me off of their own experiences, just like I just said, or you can love me or leave me alone. So my concern is not so much how you're making black women look, but my concern is your babies. Like, is it going to be okay if your babies give every man they love a baby? Because that's what the one woman said. I gave every man I loved a baby. Is that going to be okay with you? If your daughter gives every man she loves a baby? These are just questions that I have. These are just questions that I ask on a daily basis. Like, is that going to be okay with you? If your daughter gives every man that she loves a baby? Is that going to be okay with you if your daughter says, no, I don't want a baby by one man because I only get $648 if I have a baby by one man. Let me have 6 different babies by 6 different men so I can get $340 a month per baby. I'm about to show y'all some videos. And all I thought about was, that means that with each baby that you have, you get less money. And I understand. I can't imagine that you're saying that you're just going to get $648 if you just have 6 babies by one man. Maybe that's what she's saying. I have no clue if that's what she's saying. But my whole thing is, it's saying that you are supposed to be showing your baby's industry, mama. You supposed to be raising the baby, not by yourself, not by yourself. But you cannot negate the fact. You cannot negate the fact. So I'm getting ready to play the videos when the I did the calculations. When she said 6 babies, she said, would you rather have $648 to have 6 babies by one man? So I'm guessing that's all that the system would have gave her. And I'm just like, really just like blown, because you really did the math. You really did the math on how you was getting ready to tackle, how you was getting ready, and why you was getting ready to have these babies like this. $680 if you had one father, $340 if you had 6 fathers. That is $2,040 a month. That's 7 people, because that's 6 babies and yourself, ma'am. So now $2,040 a month, which breaks down to $291 per person. You got to pay your bills with, you got to buy school supplies with, you got to buy toiletries with, you got to buy clothes with, you got to buy food with, you got to go to the doctors and get gas in your car or get on the bus. Sips wine. Now, so the night and day guys told me that I have to keep all of the meat, the bones and everything. I'm going to say this because I've already given the Do Better podcast the props. If you want to go and get you a Christian Filipino, go to christianfilipino.com, because passport bros, y'all don't have to get on the plane. Just go and get you a Christian Filipino off christianfilipino.com. Now, the young lady that I watched said that men are the most crucial part. I don't think that. I think that the stats that she went to, and the stats could be correct, because she referenced stats as to how single father households produce better children, I guess emotionally. I didn't see that in the stats when I went to Pew's research. What she was saying, what I read, was that the single father household is going to be of a better income, because it's saying that this is white single fathers, basically, in comparison to 2-parent households where it's not a white single father. To me, the stats was all over the place, but I said it to say each parent is crucial to the upbringing of that child. If we want to keep wasting time on talking about which parent is the most important, and we have children that are all over the place, and some of us as adults, because we ain't figured out how to deal with that trauma that we brought out of childhood, is all over the place, and we tend to want to act as though we're not. But I digress. I do digress. So, pewsresearch.org says that single father households are increasing. Says that the fathers are increasing the time that they spend with the children, which is meaning, because I hear a lot of these men out here like the mother is supposed to be the nurturer and the father is the provider, and I understand all of that. I understand the scheme of things. I understand. But sometimes your baby wants you to come throw the ball with him, daddy. Or her, because it is what it is. And for the men's that look at the WNBAers and all of the women teams, and all that you see is they body parts. Think about your daughters that you want to throw a ball with. You think about her body part. Put some respect on their game. I watch my cousins come up and be on those ball fields, on those basketball courts, with some of the best players, because all of my family played basketball. My aunt had a basketball goal. All of the whole neighborhood used to come to my aunt's yard. All of our family was on like a hill. They called it the hill. If you heard the Hill, you went to Dudley, North Carolina, you heard the Hill or DTP, you knew you was coming around where my family be. The Hill was the top, and DTP was the bottom of the hill and down the path. That's what DTP stood for, down the path, because my grandmother built a street at the bottom of the hill so that her children could access their land. That's how we do things. But yeah, so girls be true at their craft. I wanted to play football. They wasn't. Look, the WNBA made it through, and yes, they do have young ladies playing football, but it is what it is. I can't help how I was raised. Like when I went to North Carolina, that's what we did. When I was in New York, the girls was not playing with the boys. The girls was doing girl things and the boys were doing boy things. When I moved to North Carolina, we played together. We played football, we played basketball, we played kickball, we played together. It is what it is. It's how I was raised. So when I went into junior high school trying to play football, because I was ready, I played football. And they wouldn't let me. I was like, well, screw football. And I never wanted to watch football again. And I'll watch basketball. And I'm not really a sports advocate at all, but I will watch basketball. But yeah, it says that the men are learning how to spend time with their babies. Men, the babies need your emotional support too. Whether y'all want to put your emotions all the way down there to your feet or not, you got them. They there for a reason. You just don't want them. You don't want to be overly emotional. I promise you, if you go research anema, it hits the men and the women. And all I was doing was playing the game. And I got anema, which means that God had to, look, I say it all the time. This is a channel where God said, come and talk to these ladies. But God also said, if it's a word I got for you for the men, throw it out there. And if they want to catch it, let them catch it. I got to listen to D-God. I promise I do. Look, I done people pleased for a whole lot of years. I have people pleased up a thing. And I don't have people pleasing in me no more. It's just not. It's not. The people pleasing is not people pleasing, because God told me not. Welcome, y'all. Y'all like, share, subscribe. I thank y'all for being with me. Thank y'all. I ain't gonna be before y'all too much longer. What else is saying about these daddies? Because look, I'm an advocate for men. It is what it is. I love men. You can't do it without them. And the fact of the matter is, I am seeing that a lot of men are taking hits. To me, all of these men, and that's on either side of the spectrum. When I see a page that is totally bashing women or a page that is totally bashing men, I don't have anything for any one of those pages. I look for people who are going to be as balanced as possible. Now, if I got to get something from somebody, because Corey Holcomb is not really as balanced as possible. But if it's something that I need to get, like we need to check on these women's deficiencies. That's what he said when him and Boyce Watkins did their little piece up on Willie D. Then I got to take that meat. Regardless of who it comes from, that we all too often don't want to take truth because we don't like where it comes from. Okay then. Keep waiting on the truth to come from the prettiest source and the best source, or something you think it look like it's supposed to come from. You're going to miss out. Period. It says, Pew's research surveys find that the public believes that a father's greatest role is to provide value to his children, followed by emotional support, discipline, and income support. So that adding value, it say followed by emotional support, discipline, and income. I think all of those things balled up are what is going to add value to your children's life. How else do you add value? But to support them emotionally, financially, and disciplinary? I guess. That part. And it says that public opinion usually ascribes that same hierarchy to the role of the mother. And that's what I'm hearing a lot of arguments out here. Mother is supposed to be the nurturer, and the mother, you blaming single mothers because they're single mothers as if they weren't messing with dads that... Where they at? Where they at? Well, we ain't talking about them tonight. Let's get to these mamas. Let's get to these mamas. Let's go get a video. Now, the first mama that we're going to talk about, you can go follow this first mama because when Kendra G, shout out to Kendra G and the Do Better podcast, I watched this on the Do Better podcast, but he was bringing Kendra G's video. So if y'all want to go and check out Kendra G and Do Better, have at that, y'all. So this young lady's name is, her nickname is Diamond. Where did I put it at? And see, it's not supposed to be Deborah, it's Debraka, but y'all know how autocorrect do. It autocorrected it and made it Deborah. Debraka, D-E-B-R-A-C-A, Debraka Lowe, L-O-W-E. And then in parentheses, it has Diamond blessed by him. So Kendra G asked her how did she support herself, and she said that she's Facebook famous. So she supports herself on Facebook. So I went and I looked at her Facebook page, and the one video that I attempted to try and watch, and the Do Better podcast, and she struck me as a nice lady. She hood as she wanna be. She say things like Tifasis. Words get me, y'all. Words get me. And when you're coming on to public, it always has. When you come on to public social media and you say things like Tifasis, I want to correct you. Because you teaching your babies that. And it's not correct. And you flossing all over the internet as if everything is great with the world because you don't care about how you look to black women. I don't care about how you look to black women, but how you look to your babies. How do you look to your babies? What are you teaching them? And let's go one deeper. 6 baby daddy. She only got 4. She was a crackhead now. She got 13 years clean. Cool effing doze. Kudos. But she only has 4. Excuse me. Rewind. She only has 2 of her 6 children. 4 of them were adopted out. Or as the Do Better podcast said, taken by the state. So how are they faring? How are they faring? Because once they adopted out, do you even know what's going on with them? But you had 6 babies. You had 1 for every man you loved. So you loved those men so much that you went out and had 6 babies that you only have 2 left of. You ain't love the babies as much as you love the men? Come on down, Passion. Come on down. I feel it balling up in my stomach. Get it together, girl. Get it together. I'm trying to get to the videos, y'all. Okay. All right, so we're going to watch Diamond's video. Wait a minute. I'm trying to pause it. Okay. And trying to get my video out the way. I'm trying to turn on the volume. So this is the Do Better podcast.
Teenage mother alert.
What in the whole world just happened? Oh, I didn't have to do that because it turns this up.
Teenage mother alert.
Have you ever been married? I'm married right now, but
Oh, that's what. Look, y'all, my dumb tail, because I.
18.
Y'all just gonna have to listen because I can't turn it because I flipped it.
Now, but I'm separated. My husband is a
Let me try to let y'all see her though.
How many children's dads do you have? Just one?
I can't turn it because
I
it's
got
gonna
6,
flip.
Kendra. I gave every man I
flipped.
loved a baby.
Gave every man she loved the baby.
What the fuck?
This bitch. It gets to a point where it stops being funny and just outright sad, man. We also say that being so proudly with a badge of honor. You gave every man that you was with a child, 6 children by 6 different men. When did she switch states? She hot in the ass.
What?
Twice met a whore. And this is the other one.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6.
Wait a minute, why this one won't even blow up?
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6
Look, y'all, I take
So I'm just gonna tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040. So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
Why don't you have 6 baby daddies? The backwards be backwards. The backwards be backwards. What'd they say? I can't make this shit up. Alls that I be doing is going online looking for content. That is alls that I be doing. So, Miss Debraka let's see, where's she at? Okay, so she was married, but she's not married anymore because she's separated because her husband is a cheater. She's not married anymore because she's separated because her husband's a cheater. And the Do Better podcast said the same. Look, this is the same thing I say about any woman. I promise y'all, I have no qualms with Chris Brown. Because I said at this point, first and foremost, I am keep your hands to yourself, and if all people's involved might do the same. When you put your hands on somebody, there is an opportunity for that person to put their hands back on you. Period. But if you are a woman that continues to hear that Chris Brown allegedly puts his hands on women, and you go and choose Chris Brown, you might just like to fight. So if you are a man that meets Debraka or the other woman, or any women with 6 children by 6 different baby daddies, and you want to be baby daddy number next, have at it. If you like it, I love it. You feel me? If you like it, I love it. I don't like it either way around. The young lady, I watched the young lady, her name is Riva TV. Y'all go follow Riva, RIVAH, I think, TV. And she actually played the same video as the second one that I played with the young lady that does not look my color. Riva TV played her video. Excuse me. And okay. So she talked about mixing the different bloodlines. And I didn't think about it from that aspect. She basically was saying, you got 6 daddies you dealing with. She was like, she said, first and foremost, your children can't even go to one another and relate on situations of their fathers. And I heard this in another case too. Like, if one child, I've experienced this with my nephews and nieces. If one child has a relationship with their father, but the other child doesn't have a relationship with their father, then one sibling is watching that all of their lives. They can't bond in that area. But this young lady went into bloodlines as if, like, when you have one father, she was like, you know where any illnesses are coming from. She was like, you get to seeing behaviors and stuff like that, and you got different fathers. She was like, you don't know if your children are mimicking each other or if this is coming from something that may be coming from the bloodline of the father. So I was like, okay, she went into a couple of areas, but it all boils down to nobody is concerning the children's emotions. And emotions are not taken care of with finances. That's why it said add value, and it listed emotional support and financial support as 2 different supports all of you guys who keep big upping Nick Cannon because he can afford to take care of those babies whose emotions he can't afford to, because if he's at a game over here on the second, he can't be at a game over here on the second. He can't, because unless he got one of them things that they said everybody out here that did it. Jamie Foxx got one clone. Okay. He's cloned. He might can be over there where all his babies are. Other than that, there's only one Nick Cannon. She went on to speak about when you go to work. Now you got your babies raising babies. I've seen that experience as well. That push babies away. Babies, when you make your babies raise your babies that you went out there and had, and now your babies got to raise your babies. Then when your baby get old enough to not have to raise your baby, you might not see your baby no more because she get tired of raising your children. They want to go live a life now. And then she went on to say that same parent, that one was deep. You'll be the parent that'll had your children grow up and be trying to push them out the door to work. Not push them out of your house, push them out the door to work so they can come help you pay your bills. Because at this point you realize the $291 a month never worked. Sylvie be just talking. That's all. Sylvie be just talking. That's all. That one. Diamond said, woo. Diamond had said, because Kendra G asked her what she was looking for in a man. Diamond said he can't have no stinking breath or stinking feet. Because she has had men to come over her house and their feet be kicking like corn chips or something to that effect. Don't quote me. Go watch the video. She said he gotta smell good. She gotta want to eat him up. He gotta smell in a way where she wants to eat him up. And you gotta be up to par on your appearance because she know how to clean up, so you gotta know how to clean up too. And you got to have teethuses in your mouth. Nah. That part. So she is probably being paid on Facebook. When I went to her Facebook page, as I was stating, the video that I was watching, she was confronting someone who said to her, this is the first thing that I heard her say when she opened her mouth. I'm not no person that wants everybody to cater to all my ways. Now, I just posted my Hello Beautiful. If y'all go look at my videos, my shorts that I posted today, I just posted my Hello Beautiful talking about people that want things catered to all their ways. You get a hard awakening, hard wake-up call when you think that life is just going to cater to all your ways. And I talked to my cousin about that. That's crazy. This time number 3. Now, that means it's uber important. Importante. But it seemed as though when you have a following, it's going to be a following of people that follow your thought process. That's why if you're a person that lives in totally on either end of the spectrum, generally your followers are going to live in totally. I believe myself to be balanced. You know, I try to even watch podcasters. When I start feeling like the podcasters I'm watching is leaning toward one way or another way heavily, I back up. All that I'm trying to do is be balanced in this piece. Allow everybody to take responsibility for their own actions because we all have the opportunity and the options to do that. Period. Period. And it also looks like, because I looked at some of her posts from the last couple of days, she was saying that Facebook pays her bills, which could be, I don't know how much her bills are. She got 21,000 Facebook followers. She doesn't follow anybody. So it's highly likely that she is getting paid on Facebook. Facebook is not the best paying platform. This one is, if I'm not mistaken, this one is the best paying platform. I'm saying that to say because I was getting paid on Facebook and I'm about to start getting paid again. Well, I never stopped getting paid. It just wasn't getting paid as much on Facebook because they had stopped an actual bonus program. So I don't know how it works for, you know what I'm saying? It's very many different ways to get paid on Facebook. But I said all of that to say that I see that she's working a job as well. It looks like she works in the medical field, maybe. I don't know if she's a CNA or something to that effect, or if she does home health or something to that effect, but she was in scrubs. And I saw several posts where she was saying that I think early bird catching the worm and seeing her in her scrubs going to work and things like that. So she is working. She's very charismatic. Like I'm with the Do Better podcast. I don't even say that it's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying, that she's a bad person or anything to that effect. I don't say any of those things. But what I do say is, all that I want you to do is just think about your daggone, your babies, man. That's all. Melissa, thank you. Thank you. Let me see what else Reba said. I mean, I don't know that we think about this when we going out just getting in relationships, period. Do we think about people's childhood trauma and things like that when we get to vibing with people? You know, I'm older now, but I can't say, when I met my children's father, and my daughter is my oldest daughter is 30. I can't say that when I met my children's father I was on some old let me make sure his mental health is right. Not at that time. Not at that time. So, let's see here. And welcome, y'all. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for sitting with me, chilling for a minute. Where's Oh, okay. So she said, and there is scripture in the Bible that speaks about adultery being, I can't pinpoint it, but there is scripture that speaks about adultery being a divorce-worthy thing. But my whole thing about that is, I ain't saying that there is not a man on this earth that does not cheat. I am saying that you'll never know whether you have a man that's gonna cheat until you get that man. So you might spend the rest of your life. Because I just had somebody that put it in a whole different light. I just talked with somebody today. You may spend the rest of your life just searching for men, thinking that you gonna find one that don't cheat, or maybe you'll get that one. I don't know, but all I'm saying is, y'all, at some point, the fact that there are 6 different men that the Do Better podcast said, that means that there were 6 different, he put pickles up, 6 different pickles in her, which means that was 5 too many. And I can understand that. Look, I can understand the concept of any man that has that thought process as well. I don't know how realistic that is. I ain't saying that there ain't no women out there that ain't that are not virgins, or women out there that have not been with only one sexual partner. I'm not saying that can't be the case either, but I'm thinking that could possibly be just as rare as that man that you may not find that's going to cheat or not going to cheat. So, these just my thought process that I be having. Dissolves. It's just my thought processes that I be having. So she says that the reason that she was given, that she was able to divorce her husband, who she separated from and calling herself divorced, is because the Bible said that she could divorce for infidelity. And when Kendra G asked, where does the Bible say that? Give me the scripture. She said, Demonologist 34. Demonologist 34 gave her permission to bust him in the head if he cheated or get him out the house or what have you. And she said, so for all of you guys that might go check out DeBrocca, I'm going to let y'all know what she looking for. Excuse me, I'm going to let y'all know what she bringing. She know how to cook and clean and doesn't smell like onion rings. She knows how to cook and clean and doesn't smell like onion rings. Y'all go get you a DeBrocca. Ooh, that thing down. And she said oh, wait a minute. She don't want no fat man because she don't want to be grabbing on your titties. Having to hold herself up. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, Becky. Let's see. All right. So I think, yes, that was all about DeBrocca. Yes. Let me give y'all some things, some things about the wise woman. Because in my opinion, yes, we all get to live the life that we desire to live. We are adults. Nobody can tell an adult how to live, what to say, how to move. You can't. But again, as I stated, I'm thinking about the babies. And are your decisions wise? Is your social media a wise platform? One that you'll be okay with your daughters being privy to, or your son's friends being privy to? Would you want your children to hear that you felt it was necessary to have them by 6 different men so you can get what you felt like was more money? Even though it's not enough money to take care of you all? A wise woman. A wise woman will improve her taste and her manners. This in no way involves her becoming proud. I mean, I tell you, the God has said to me and said to me and said to me, baby, you better stay humble. And you better sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble, baby. A wise woman will aim to improve her mind. The mind is enlarged by receiving ideas. If you ain't trying to hear nothing, nobody trying to tell you, baby, how does your mind become improved? How? Just asking. In my Angela Stanton King voice, because I guess that's her phrase. I watch a little bit of podcasts, y'all. That's how I get my content, though. And by using them as material, the mind is enlarged by receiving ideas and by using them as material of thoughts and reasoning. A wise woman will endeavor to enlighten and improve her conscience. You cannot, and before I went on to read the second page, I said you can't do nothing about your conscience if you don't look at yourself. And then I read on. This is the faculty of the soul by which we weigh the morality of an action. To improve the conscience, we must give it light. How does one give the conscience light if they don't analyze themselves? You can't fix what you can't see. You can't see your conscience if it's in the dark. That's the shadow. You know, the dark. You got to be willing to face the shadow in order to improve the mind. And let it guide us. Well enlightened, it guides to happiness and heaven. A wise woman will be particularly careful to prepare. You know, you got to cultivate the soil before you plant the ground. You got to make sure that the soil is right. You got to make sure that the hearts of the babies is right and ready and strong and confident to go out here and face a world that will try to beat it down. From the mother, rather than the father, the members of the family will get their character. How you like them apples? Well, that is all that I have for you guys. Hello, beautiful. It has been a wonderful day, beautiful. I hope you have had a wonderful day, beautiful. Wisdom is the principal thing. And in all thy getting, get understanding. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be better and do better. And a lot of what I'm seeing on these internet streets seems to me as a lot of fronting to want to live a life that you want to live, but you don't want anybody to say anything about it. Beautiful. If you won't do it, stand in it, stand on it, 10 toes down. You got to own it, baby. Sylvie love you, and she is out.